So I'm getting that someone didn't know that they were in a mental prison until you told them. You told someone that they were in a mental prison and they didn't know. Like, they really didn't. They didn't look at their situation or their mindset or their perspective in such a way. They never did. They always just felt like they were just doing them. Someone might say that a lot too, like, I'm doing me. But when you look at what they're doing, it's not good for them. It's like, I'm doing me, like, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. It's giving self-destruct, like they're self-destructing, and you see it, and it's painful to see, because I feel like this is someone you really love. You love this person, and it's like you're looking at them like, why are you doing this? Why don't you see what I see? I just heard, why don't you listen? Everybody's just not gonna listen. It's like, no matter how much love you give, no matter how many talks you have, individuals still have to go through their trials to eventually, well, the point is for them to learn. It's just easier for others to get it as opposed to other individuals. Some individuals, they can't learn from other people because this would be the type of individual that they'll be like, that would never happen to me. And that's the road that they're going down. You can give them an example and say, this is possible, right? They're like, no, you're being negative. That can never happen to me. And they just feel like Incredible Hulk when they're just putting themselves in danger on purpose. And then their confidence, it confuses them. It's great to have confidence, but don't act as if you're blind. Don't. It's like they're blinded by their confidence. You have to be realistic too with it. It has to be like balanced, the confidence. You can't just think you could just do anything and it's never gonna catch up with you. And I feel like this person, the glare from my glasses is bothering me, even though I want them on, but this person is getting ready, or they already have multiple times. I feel like they have multiple times because clearly you already know, how this person is and what they choose to do. And it's like they crash out. And then they complain about everything else and everybody, but they don't really pay attention to what it is that they were doing, So, and you're the one to always try to bring them back to reality. You try to pull them back to help them recognize that they have more control over their situation than they make it seem. Because this person will continue to negate their actions within a certain situation, but then I heard they always want you to bail them out. Somebody gets into stuff and then looks for you to bail them out all the time. Like, all the time. And this is a little specific, so it might not be for all of you. But that's what I'm getting. Like, someone who's just, they have a very chaotic mindset. And they just feel as though you're just going to bail them out. But they're the ones who, they're causing the problem. Like, they're actually causing the problem. But then they want you to bail them out. That doesn't make any sense. And if you found yourself bailing this person out, Spirit is saying you have to stop in order to actually help them. It's like tough love. If you keep giving someone a way out of a problem that they created, they'll never learn. They'll never really learn from it. They're just going to keep on looping and asking you and whoever else is around. If you say no, they'll have somebody else on deck. The best thing you could do for them is help them to be more aware about what they're doing and how, and the possible consequences and the risks that are possible, so they could think about them. Because I'm hearing this person doesn't think like you. You are, you're someone who is very, it's like you calculate. You're very calculated. So being that you're a calculated individual, you tend to be able to see things and see possibilities before they happen. And if you see things, especially in accordance to the lives of those around you, your loved ones, your friends, whoever, you'll tell them what you see, especially if you have a close relationship with them. You're not going to do this with everybody if the relationship is not that close. But for those who you're close to, you're going to say, look, I don't like that person for you. They don't feel right. There's something about them. I don't really like how they deal with you. When you're close to someone, you're going to be able to say things like that because you have that relationship. Now, that's not something you can say to anybody, especially if you don't know them like that. We must know our place. But at the same time, if it's like a close friend and you love that person and you know that you see something on a person that's just not right, you tell them. And I feel like that's the type of person you are. And but I feel like this has happened to you many times as well. Like you've seen people go through things where you already saw it coming before it happened, and you try to tell them, but they didn't want to listen, and then they may have even gotten angry at you. For some of you. But I'm just hearing, as long as you're doing this with individuals that you're close to, it makes sense. And this is what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a cordial relationship. It feels like a relationship with someone that you're very close to. So see, they're going through their dark times and you are their mirror, because I feel like you've gone through some things and you've learned from other people's experiences. You didn't have to go through every difficulty that you are aware of now to be able to learn from it. You just were able to see other people go through some tough times and you learn from other people's experiences. And I feel like that is the most wise thing that someone can do, instead of going through something on your own, crashing and burning and have to build up again. That's really like a shortcut to learn from someone else's mistakes. And I feel like you've done that, and you're trying to be that mentor to this individual, but their head is hard. I heard they're a knucklehead. So they just don't like to listen to anyone, no matter if it's good or bad. It's just like, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to do what I want. And they just feel like what they want to do is always good, but it's not. It gets them in all types of trouble. I heard for some of you, somebody called you from jail, like, can you bail me out? It's like, oh my goodness, not again. So I feel like some of you have had that problem. Yeah, I feel like some of you have had an issue where somebody just keeps getting somebody pregnant. I just heard somebody pregnant again. And then they have baby mama drama. Well, they need to be mindful with that wand, sticking it everywhere. What you expect to happen? Don't you know that's how babies get here? Anyway, I'm picking up those two scenarios, the jail and the babies. And then there's a lot of babies going on. So it's like, you got to slow down. I just heard some men need birth control. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Or self-control. I think self-control is better, right? Self-control. That doesn't come easy. That comes with a lot of work. Somebody that has self-control, that's like a master. They mastered themselves to have self-control. That's mastery. And that's the key. That's another key. That's mastery. When you could self-control, you know how hard that is for so many people? So many people flounder in that space of having self-control. And I feel like the person that you've been dealing with, as well as other individuals that are around you that you've dealt with, they have trouble with self-control. And I feel like you're the one you find yourself to be more controlled. And so when people need something, they often go to you. And you're a lover. You love to be able to assist, but there's a line that must be drawn sometimes. Okay, sometimes there's a line that must be drawn, because if you just continue to help people that are not helping themselves, it's a waste of your energy. So that's when it's imperative that you know when to pull back your helping hand, because you prevent the individual from actually learning the lesson that they need to learn to truly grow. Okay? And get a copy of my book for them. I think they would benefit from the book. I think many people would. It's like a book that anyone could read, from someone who is who sees themselves as someone who is very well versed in their spirituality, as well as someone who is just now learning. It's a book that it could be received on various levels. Even a child would understand. So get that book. I'm going to pop it right there so you can see it. MNHONEYROSE.org. Get that book today. Hey, okay. So, yeah, I think that's it for this message, right, Spirit? I'll get a charm because I miss my charms. I haven't gotten them. I'll be forgetting. Let's see. The moon and a flower. They've been growing in accordance with the moon and not the sun. They've been growing in accordance with the moon and not the sun. It feels like this person is manipulated. I heard they're being manipulated by the archons. They're being manipulated. Okay. So many individuals that are going through believing that they're right when they have a lot of work to do within themselves and they keep making the same mistake over and over again. They haven't found their moral compass. So they're not allowing it to guide them. And they're getting stuck in a cycle. And it's like their confidence, I think I said this, I think this was that reading where I said that, but I'm hearing it again. Like their confidence is confusing them, is misleading them. And they have to learn how to use their confidence the right way because it's misleading them. It's a beautiful thing to be confident, but they're confident in bad things that are not good for them, which makes it more difficult. And it's hard for you to see because you want the best for this person because you love them. I heard they think they're growing under false pretenses, but they're not growing. They're stagnant. Did they grow in any way? The flower? No, I think it's an illusion. They're under an illusion. The moon and a flower. Like they think that they're growing, but they're not. So the best thing you could do for them is give them tough love. Like I love you, but I'm not helping you with this because you're gonna have to learn. You clearly keep on doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, they might curse you out, call you all types of names, but at least they will find another way to try to figure it out for themselves, because until they figure it out on themselves or for themselves, will they actually respect and value the decision that they made to want to continue to make better decisions in the future. And that's what it is. All right, my love. So that's all I have for you. Everything you do, do it with love. Always remember the creator is in you and the magic is too, because you're magic. Much love to you. I'll see you in the next video.